Hi, I'm Suzanne McNeil with Design Originals, and today I have some beautiful mandalas to show you. You know, circles are one of my favorite things to work on and use for design inspiration, from the bloom of a flower to a geode, there to the sun, the moon shape. There are just so many circles in nature. And I love mandalas because they all work in circles. These are done on a circle. This is a little metal rim tag, and here's a larger one, so you can get an idea of the different varieties. And many of these were done by different Zentangle teachers. And then here's another idea. These were done on the regular Zentangle tile. So I think you can see these are Zendala stencils, and I used this, just took my pencil and ran around the inside to get this basic pattern. And here is this one, and again I used that basic pattern to create this. So these stencils are really handy. And then the Zentangle tiles come in circles in this handy little kit. There are 21 tiles. Some of them are pre-strung, some of them are blank, intricate patterns, so you're all ready to start with your Zentangle. But today I want to show you how to create the basic 6-petal shapes for the tangles. So I'm starting with the round Zendala tile. I like to use the official supplies. I have a lid today, so I'm just going to run around that with my pencil a little lightly. I'm going to put a dot right in the middle. I normally just eyeball it rather than getting out my ruler. And now I'm going to touch the edge of the circle, touch the dot, and touch the other edge. Now I'm going to move my circle. Now you could use any lid or circular stencil or template to do this. This one was just a real nice size, and I like it because I can see through it. So again, I'm touching the edge, the dot in the center, and the other edge. So I have one petal, and now I'm going to go to the other side. And again, I'll touch the edge, the dot in the center, and the other side. So now I have 3 petals. Similar to this, I used a little smaller circle on this just to show you the difference. And then here is one where I have 6 petals. So all I did was I made a dot in the center there, and again I touched the center and the 2 edges, and then repeated that 2 more times to have 6 petals. So now I'm going to just start drawing on this 6-petal one. So I have my 01 micron, my favorite pen for Zentangle, and I'm going to go over these sections, these string lines we call them. I like to turn my tile. It seems like I get a better arc when I'm drawing if I'm doing it to the side rather than trying to push my pen or pull it toward me. That way I can sort of rotate around my wrist. And so now I'm going to start doing my tangles. Let me go ahead and get an edge here because I want to show you how to do a few of the 2 tangles. I have a book, Zentangle 7, which is all about circles and Zendalas, and it has 40 brand new tangles in it. So here's the first one. I'm going to run this up the center of the petal, and now I'm going to divide this with small lines. I just love to do Zentangle. It is so relaxing. I personally like to do it when I'm watching TV at night, although I have to say I'm watching my lines more than I'm actually watching TV. So now I've drawn a little diamond, and on the others, then I want to alter one on the other side. I normally start this tangle on the outside and bring my lines toward the center because it's more important that these be equally spaced than it be equally spaced in the center. You could even go down and make a little dot, little guidelines before you started, but I've done it so much that it's pretty easy for me to do that. So here is this basic tangle. If you look here, I've colored in the triangles on this side. I normally use my 01 micron to color in the small spaces. And then to color in larger spaces, I like to always put the lid back on your pen in between sections. I like to use a larger pen. So now I have a number 8. And I'm going to color in not the points, but in between the points on this side of the tile. And always, if you're not in a comfortable position, it's easier to move the tile than try to twist your arm into an unusual position. I'm just going to continue to color these until I'm finished with this petal. There we go. And now I chose to do a different tangle in the next petal. So I alternated these around my Zendala. So on this one I just draw a line up the center, and then I'm going to do little pointed rice shapes. And since these sort of look like leaves to me, I'm connecting these in the center so that they will appear to be growing off the stem. And I just cover that entire area here till I'm finished. And then you can see I went in on the left. I started at the center. I did a little oval line, a little curved line, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So that side is finished. Again, I'm going to get a pen with a little larger nib, and I'm going to color this side in black. So much of nature is symmetrical, but has variations in it. Nature, no two things are exactly alike. You may think two daisy petals flowers are the same, but each one has its own slight variation. So that's what I like to accomplish in my designs and in my tangles. And now I'm going to show you this wonderful tangle. This one I call Snud. So I'm going to do it right here in this section. So I'm going to start in the middle with a little circle. And put one on either side as evenly spaced as possible. Then I'm going to skip down, put one here, again here. Since this is an awkward shape, I could only get half of a circle. I want these to line up this direction and line up this direction. So now I'm going to start, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You might notice I like to do the two outside lines first, and that helps me keep it more even. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just continue connecting the dots to either a real dot or what would have been a dot out here if the pattern had extended. So this pattern is called Snud, and it is one of my favorites. It just creates such a beautiful look. So now I'm going to turn it the other way, I'm going to repeat the same process, but this time I'm going to stop when I get to that top bar and have it look like the pattern went under it. Creates a fabulous look. But the same process with 4 lines, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just keep repeating that. And it forms this wonderful design where it's going underneath the other one. Okay, got it? So this snoot is sort of interesting. Here I left it just like I showed you to draw it. Here is exactly the same pattern, but I only used 2 strokes, the 2 outside ones, and then I colored in the background black. So I think that's enough for you to see today. And here's another Zendala with the wonderful petals. And now let me show you where I got all these patterns and new tangles. Here's my book, Zentangle 7. This is all about circles and Zendalas and shapes. And here are just a few pages out of the book. You know, every one of my books, I like to pack them full of as many new tangles. There are 40 new tangles in this book. And as many beautiful samples as possible. This is by Margaret Bremner, Sandy Bartholomew, Sue Jacob. There are a lot of guest artists, and every one of my books has an index, so here are the 40 tangles that are inside this book. So enjoy doing circles. They're one of my favorite things.